All right, fastest 15 minutes on the internet, fastest 15 minutes in social media. My name is Judson Powell, and how you doing from the once again from the broom closet? We love y'all. The storage is all good. I got a TV in the storage closet. I got fans, everything. So anyway, all right. Want to talk about sex? Let's talk about sex, baby. All right. Not in the way y'all think, because I want to talk about sex, the over sexualization of black and brown women, and I'm really like serious about this. And once again, I have to put on the Kemetic priest cap, and I also have to put on the Mayat cap. Y'all understand Mayat? The 42 negative confessions of Mayat. Look them up. Start studying them, get to know them, because that's basically where all your stuff in the scriptures, whether it be the Quran or the Bible, that's where everything came from. So, don't. There's nothing new under the sun. So don't act like this stuff ain't been around, and don't act like that's not your moral. That should be your moral compass. All of our morality, all of our ancestors' morality came from that. Hey, look, they just gave 22 of our ancestors a ride in specially built and designed chariots through Cairo in order to honor them and put their bodies in a new museum. Okay, I ain't never seen them do that for none of them guys in the Bible. In fact, if you really start to study, you'll find out that none of them guys in the Bible existed. That's number one. And number two, not only did not exist, but on top of that, all of those stories are plagiarized, and they are to show you biblical or Quran knowledge, so that's where they got everything from. So it's a thief game, and so I'll give y'all a Bible quote: "Let those who steal no more." Our people invented everything. So, there's a book about it. Black folks invented everything. The Africans that wrote the Bible. Just run a few names down for you, but get some of those books and read them, and you'll be glad you did. Stop being fooled, and stop, because that's what Grandma and them did, and that's what Auntie and them did. Forget that. We need to get out of religion, and we need to get out of religion as fast as we can. So anyway, let's go back to sex. All right, here's the thing. The woman, and this is why they won't teach you this in church, because they want to keep you enslaved. The woman is the conduit, is the spiritual conduit between the universe and the world, and the earth sphere. All right, the woman is the conduit, not the man. The man does his part, yeah, he does, but the bottom line is it's the woman that is the spiritual conduit. And here's the reason why. The reason why is because the vagina is the portal between the spiritual world and this physical plane in the world. All right. Now, I'm not sure. And remember, y'all, when y'all thinking about this stuff, remember that there are millions, billions of solar systems just like ours. And we could see a whole bunch of them on a clear night. You could see like thousands of them, depending on where you live. Like here in Arizona, it's just, if you like to stargaze, it's wonderful. And you can see stuff you can see forever, right? So okay, and then we know that that the Great Pyramids and many of the other pyramids and other structures that are in ancient Kemet, they are perfectly aligned with stars in the solar system, Sirius, etc., astrological stars, all of the stuff that we can see and that we have identified throughout time. We know that all of these structures are visible to us. All right, now and so some people believe that the pyramids, and here's the other thing: there are pyramids all over the world, not just in Egypt, and they were all built by black folks. All right, and then the white folks who want to discredit those black folks keep telling y'all stuff like, oh well, the the pyramids were built by aliens and all this kind of stuff. No, they want to deny our wisdom and our knowledge when it concerns the stars. So here's the thing about sex, and the reason why so many deviant sexual behaviors exist is because all of these things are spiritual. All right, all of these things are spiritual, and the whole thing right now is they got men wearing dresses, they got women wearing whatever. People thinking that they're the same sex. Remember, there is a universal law of what? A universal law of gender. Animals have gender. Plants have gender. Anything that grows because of the sun has gender. All y'all, and I think I said this one time before, all y'all weed smokers, if there has to be male and female plants in order to make the marijuana potent. If you can't make two females or two males and come up with the weed. All right, so there is a law of gender, and everything abides by that universal law. So you have to have both. A woman can, they used to say, and I don't know, and I've been studying this stuff, and I can't find a definitive source, but women used to be able to give birth on their own. Thus the story of Aset, who was the wife of Asar, right? The story is that she made it with herself to get Haru. All right, the original, part of the original Trinity, which is the family. Not the original Trinity is man, woman, and child, and even the non-conventional religions, like Masonic and all that kind of stuff, is all based on the mother and the son, or the mother, so the son. Everybody always are walking on the water and all that kind of stuff. They're metaphors or they're allegories for different things that happened in the Book of the Dead, or the Book of Coming Forth by Day, which is what I prefer to call it. But all of these stories are in there. Everything that I'm saying, or everything that I'm talking about, you can read it in the Egyptian Book of the Dead, and you know that it's true. That all of the, and all these people that they give credit, they not giving credit to the right people. I mean, you can't tell me, like, if you find the scriptures in somebody's burial chamber from 4,000 years ago, and then you go and you attribute them to somebody else, that's thievery. It's just being a thief. That's all it is. So that's why I want y'all to, so get in there. So now sex, and here's the thing about sex. And this is one thing that they do teach in the church. They teach it in the church, I guess, to keep y'all from doing it. But when you have sex with people, it transfers spirits, and that's why we have so many deviant spirits out here. Sodomy and all those kind of things. They come from transferring of fluid. Why? Because the life force is in the blood, and fluid. Vaginal fluid and seminal fluid, all of that is what? Is technically, it's a derivative of blood. So the bottom line is all the life force is in the blood. That's what it is. The life force is in the blood. So when you exchange these bodily fluids with people, and you don't, without discretion or without dissemination or anything, then what you have done is you've created, not only have you elongated that spirit, but you have made that spirit alive once again, even if it's negative, evil, whatever it is. So that's why you see all these different things like the pedophilia and the abuse in the Catholic Church. The reason why it's there is because it's a spirit. You don't think you can get like hundreds of people in the same place and they all have the same problem. without there being some type of spiritual link to it. So think about that and study it. Go study it out. And that's why there are certain things that are in the Quran and the Bible, like the whole thing about sodomy. You don't want to, sodomy, is because why? Because that's, you're having intercourse with waste. So what do you think is going to be if I mix something good with waste, with feces or whatever, what happens to it? If I took feces and I mixed it in your food, you wouldn't eat it. So just, and I'm not saying anything about what anybody wants to do or anything like that. That's your business. I have what I do in my house is in my house. What you do in your house is in your house. But remember, you have to face the full consequences, for your actions. The universe will hold you accountable for your actions. So you have to think like, okay, the universe is keeping me responsible for my actions, which is what I was trying to get at the other day. If you become whatever it is, I'm saying whatever it is, if it's a deviant behavior that does not follow in the principles of Mayat, then you know that at some point the universe is going to catch up with you and karma will take over. Or if the universe is trying to teach you a lesson and you don't learn the lesson, then you'll keep repeating the book over and over again until you get the lesson. And see, these are the things that they do not tell you in the synagogue. They don't tell you in the church. They don't tell you in the mosque. And the reason is because they want to be able to control you and not have you be the principal person that's disseminating information to you. Why not? Because they need you to fall in line. They need you to be sheeple. They need you to be, they need you to be easily manipulated. And the way they manipulate you is what? Through fear and through your feelings. Love, I know people hate me when I say this, but love is not unconditional. And it literally was my wife that taught me, that love is not unconditional. You have and if you don't have conditions for your love, then there should be conditions for your love, which means that you don't really value yourself that much. There should always be conditions for your love. That's why, when you started, if you're being abused, why would you stay someplace where you're being abused? Or if you're being used, why stay someplace that somebody is using you? Just because you think that's love. That's not love. And love is conditional. It's not. There's no such thing as unconditional love. And agape. And here's the thing. And I know y'all, but you can go back and research this. But agape was originally in Greek and Roman society. It was older men with young boys. That was agape, and that's what spread over into the Roman Catholic Church. So just keep all these things in mind. So sex is good, and sex is you're supposed to have sex, but you gotta all these people that's running through everybody. It's like you can't run through everybody and not come through unscathed. Because what? Because karma is eventually going to catch up with you, and it's going and you never know, or it might not. You never know, but the bottom line is most people within these parameters, karma catches up with them. So remember, every time you exchange bodily fluids with somebody, you are exchanging spiritual DNA information. How you think a child comes about? When you procreate, how do you think you procreate? The child gets the child gets certain things from the mother and certain things from the father. They're all mixed up. They come out of the darkness into the light. And that's why I always tell y'all, you are both darkness and you are light. Stop thinking that the only thing, and then they got y'all scared of the Illuminati. That all that means is light. And you're light. So anyway, I don't get it. I hope that y'all get it one day. But anyway, enlighten yourself. right? Meditate and pray. Anyway, fast 15 minutes is up. My name is Justin Powell. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit all the buttons, hit buttons. But most of all, hit the love button. I love y'all.